Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to Vinny the Axe. Today I have a special delivery. Let's check it out. Been waiting for this, super excited. Okay. I ordered this a couple of weeks ago. And let's see what we got here. Packaging looks really good. Let me put this down, see if we can get the camera to, there we go. Oh yeah. Matte black for the James Tyler. That is gonna be awesome. Oh my God, that's gonna be so cool. And then the back plate matching as well. This is gonna be great. I am so excited. Holy cow. They got it all bubble packed, really nice. Nice box so that the mail people didn't bend it in half and try to put it in my mailbox, which is awesome. All right, we're gonna get this thing on the bench. We are gonna do some work. This is gonna be awesome. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take off the strings and then get the pickguard off. I'm using like an old beer coaster and a towel, and I'm just gonna put that underneath the bridge. I'll compress the springs in and just shove this underneath so that when all the tension comes off the strings, it doesn't put any divots in the body. And I'm just gonna take the strings down, and shame I just put these on here, but I'm not gonna reuse these. These are all coming off. Not to mention there was a little bit of a squeeze out stain or something on the fretboard from the factory that I want to deal with. If I can even see it, unless it wore off. I still see it. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna figure it out though. And then we'll go from there. Probably not going to run the camera the whole time because it's just literally just kind of boring. So, but you can see the pearloid is going to come off and the satin black is going to go on. And I might have to drill one hole. I'm not really sure. So what I'll do is I will come back on and film that part too if there's a hole that needs to be drilled or something doesn't line up correctly or whatever. So anyway, strings are all off. Flip them off and then get them out of here. thanks for watching that process. I'm so happy the way this turned out. I wanted to disclose a few things that you observed in the video. I decided to fast forward the whole process so people weren't completely bored. So a couple of things is that Rich and I believe Sarah from Tyler Guitars told me that the American pickguard would have a hole that was slightly different in spacing to the overseas one, and it was actually this screw here, and they disclosed that to me out of the gate, which was nice. This way I knew what I was getting myself into, and wasn't a problem. I was able to drill a little pilot hole and mount the new position without an issue. So there was that. The other thing is that the holes for the potentiometers was a little bit smaller than what's on the import pickguard. So what I did was I found a happy medium. I found a bit that was a slightly smaller than the holes on the import pickguard, and then just drill these two out. This way, if I decide to put different pots in here, I know that I'm not going to have holes that are drilled too big. So I was able to set that up. I don't have any plans on changing anything out. I think these pickups sound great. So matter of fact, the music you heard through the entire fast forward process was a backing track that I did an improv lead over with this guitar, and it's on the original James Tyler review video. If you get a chance to check that out. And the other thing that I did is I took a look at that weird spot anomaly that was on here that I believe was glue squeeze out residue, and I believe it was. In the end, I actually had to use a razor blade, scrape it, and then sand it real quick with like 800 grit sandpaper, and it cleaned that up, and it looks really good now. So no issues there. Anyway, this guitar plays absolutely outstanding. I'm super impressed with this thing, and I'm really digging this new pickguard on here. I just think this looks awesome. For me, I think it takes the modern aesthetic and just brings it to the next level. Anyway, if you like what you see here, please hit the like and subscribe button and the bell icon notification thing. It really does tell the Mystical Forces YouTube algorithm to push the channel out, and it does really help and support the channel, and plus it notifies you of any new videos coming out in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching Vinny the Axe. Take it easy.